The edibles starting to kick in. I don't know. Have you ever done edibles?
I have, yeah, yeah. They don't hit me that hard. I generally smoke a couple times a day, but I don't
Right,
work on very heavy strains. I like to be able to like work and write. So I'm
right.
kind of like a sativa guy, a couple times a day type thing. And like if I really want to fall asleep and I'm having a rough day where I'm all stressed out, I'll have a small edible and it usually helps me sleep, but not usually during the day. I'm pretty active during the day and I don't like to have like a couple of pot brownies in my stomach during that.
Yeah, well, you're much more responsible person than I am. I don't have it. I don't have children and responsibilities at the moment. So, but the ones I get though they're very mild though. I get them down at the bodega since now New York can sell that shit. But we don't have dispensaries yet. So the next best thing is have you ever seen, I don't know, like on TV or something, or maybe if you've been in one of the big cities, they have the weed mobiles that go around and they sell you like edibles and lollipops and stuff like that. You ever heard of those?
I have not, but they should take all of the old ice cream trucks and make them do that, and then you could have ding 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 ding, and it's like pop goes the weasel, not pop, but you know what I'm saying, like that. All the adults run outside the way the kids used to run outside of the ice cream truck. Oh, dude, that makes me happy that that exists. That's cool.
Two splits, please. Uh,
Yeah, dude, I'd be out there.
Pot goes the
Weed
weasel.
truck, weed truck.
I know, right? Even the dog's running out there. The dog knows it. He knows because he knows if the owner gets fed the pot, then that means that the dog's probably gonna have a feast later because the guy's gonna be so stoned he's just gonna be throwing food after food out. You know, they're both just gonna be rolling
Yep.
around fat on the floor. But no, they have these trucks, the little vans, and they were actually doing this before it was like illegal for the recreational here, so I don't know how they got away with that, but you can order it on the internet now at this point. I'm old school. I still go through, even though I get the edibles down here. Like if I want to get the smoky, I get it through my guy, and he's really cool. And he's always telling me he's so great, and he tells me the names of all these things. Man, I got the Purple Urkel, I got the Scooby Dooby, I got the Crump and a Rip Rap and the Boop Boop Scooby the Bip Dap, and I'm like,
Yeah, man. Back
I
when I
can,
was in Colorado, you had like the best dispensaries ever. Now I'm in
oh,
Illinois now, and they do have dispensaries, but there's nothing
oh,
compared to out in Colorado, man. They had like it was like El Dorado. They had different tiers and like THC contents up in like the high 30s, which is basically unheard of. But around here, I just kind of do. I got my hookup enough for me to get through the day, and I try to focus on sativas because I like being awake during most of the day, and that actually kind of helps me. So, but
no, I hear you.
I understand, man. Back ever since we moved back, I do miss those dispensaries, man. It was pretty cool out there. Colorado's got it going on.
I've had a long time ago, it's probably over 20 years ago, somebody went out to Colorado. This was before Colorado legalized it, but they were still growing weed out there. It's not like it just started when it was legal, right? So some buddies went out to Colorado and they came back with the Colorado Nuggets, the Nugs, and we were in North Mississippi, and around there you're not getting quality weed. We called it Alabama ditch weed. It was basically the three S's: stems, sticks. It was sticks, shake, and seeds.
Yeah.
Uh, but it's as they say, it got you high. But this dude came back from Colorado, and we smoked those things. Holy shit! It was like going from cough medicine to Everclear in about uh, in about 30 seconds. We were just like, oh, I had never been. I mean, I've been higher since, but that was the first time I had really just gotten, you know, you
Yeah, it's
know.
tough, man. It's tough to grow down there. It's too humid. That's the thing. Like people, I used to actually grow when it was legal back in Colorado. I did some growing myself. It's really easy to dry it out there because it's arid, high altitude stuff like that. Which I
Right.
imagine that's why a lot of it got started there. Is just so easy to grow. But you go down to Mississippi, like the deep south, the humidity, as you know, is huge, and you
Mm.
can't dry anything out. so things get moldy. You have shitty ass strains. It's real tough down there, man. Like you have to have a closed facility to really grow it effectively. So I feel you. I grew up near Detroit actually.
Oh,
So
okay.
like a lot of the stuff that we had was decent, but like no variety. You know,
Yeah.
it was like White Widow or White Widow Kush. It was like Jesus fuck. No variety. So that's kind of what we had to deal with. I understand, but I started smoking kind of later. As I was talking to Reef, I only started smoking when I was my first year of grad school. So it basically was to help my anxiety, and that's what it is for nowadays. It's like with all the shit going on, to bring us full circle, man, it's the only way I can keep my, like, my heart rate down nowadays when I'm watching all of these videos and, looking at the news every day. And it seems like everything's kind of collapsing around us in slow motion. So it's sort of a way that I help cope with everything that's going on right now.
No, I hear you. I mean, I'm the same way. I mean, I when I was younger, it was like woo, Cheech and Chong every day kind of thing. I was a daily, and but I was still functioning. So, but now if I try to do that at this, I couldn't even cross the street without getting hit by a car, pretty much. So I like to. I've never done edibles until this year. I was always like a smoker. And I mean, I've had edibles in the past, but it was just like kind of weirded me out. But this time, I quit smoking cigarette tobaccos. I quit smoking cigarettes a long time ago. So, my sister thought it was weird that I would smoke tobacco out of a water pipe. I said, well, they tell you at the place where they sell you this thing, they said it's for tobacco. But it was actually not, I mean, I would get like nice tobacco too, like this pouch for like $14, but it would last me like a week, and it tasted good, and it was filtered through the water, so it wasn't like smoking a cigarette where you're smoking paper. But anyway, I stopped that, and at the same time I said, well, I better stop the smoking pot because of that oral fixation. If I want to put the pipe in my mouth, I want to put the tobacco pipe in. So I switched to edibles, and it took me a while to get used to, but now I think everything is, I'm starting to figure it out, like when it hits, that sort of thing. So, and how much not to take. That's the big thing I learned, because one day I took one, and I said, nah, this didn't do anything. I took another one. Nah, that ain't doing nothing. And then I took 3, and the next thing you know, I was somehow I'd made it out to the east end of Long Island. Don't ask me how. I have no way of knowing 100
that. Milligrams, and you're like, what the fuck? Am I out in space right now? What's going on, man? Yeah, no, that happened with my father-in-law, where his first time doing edibles, he's like, this doesn't do anything, and he didn't know that it takes like a second. Takes a while to kick in, so he popped 3 or 4, and then he was like in his armchair, like, where the fuck am I? I just took 70 grams or whatever, or 70 milligrams. Yeah, so no, it's okay. It's not bad for you. It's not bad.
Guys
for you.
like us,
it's very healing.
Well, yeah, we don't like to get fucked up like that, but we love to see others get fucked up like that. As long as everybody's safe, but it's just fun to watch.